This small tank is a natural setup for my Camponotus ants. They have been living in here for more than 10 months. It's my first and only tank I have ever built for my ants. I love to keep ants in a natural setup, and I would really recommend you building one for yourself. 10 months ago, I moved the colony from the test tube into the natural setup. Sadly, this was also the last time I saw the queen. This is the colony 1 year before I moved them into the tank. Just like any other colony, they started in a test tube, growing bigger and faster. Luckily, I had another colony of the exact same species, housed in a DIY nest, so that I can see the brood and the queen. I made a video on that colony if you would like to check them out. In the middle of the terrarium, there's a river of leaves where a lot of insects hide. In the back, I placed a large log with a lot of tunnels inside of it, where ants can make their nest. Now let's take a look at what lives inside of that log. Inside the log lives a large colony of isopods that are responsible for keeping the terrarium clean. They've grown exponentially in size and numbers since I've placed them in the terrarium. This is the back of the terrarium where the ants decided to make their nest. Underneath the large log and right next to a rock, we can see the chambers that this colony has created. Those jelly-like objects that the ants are keeping inside of their nests are called larvae. This is only one of the many chambers this colony has. Unfortunately, the queen is being housed in a safer, larger chamber inside of the nest where we cannot see her. Once winter is over, the queen will lay even more eggs and the colony will explode in numbers. The terrarium needs to be watered every week to keep the ants and plants alive. I use a very expensive watering system for my favorite terrarium. The terrarium looks at its best when it is watered, forming beautiful water droplets on the leaves of plants. The terrarium has changed a lot in the last 10 months. Now the terrarium is overgrown with plants and the ants will soon come out of diapause. Please consider subscribing for more updates on my ant colonies and this beautiful ant terrarium.